All right, Doug Darbrow here. This is Math 5500 Applied Regression Analysis. The first video, and there's going to be very little, mathematical content in the video. So, really much like I would do in a traditional class, I'd want to talk to you about the syllabus. I also want to talk to you a little bit about R, which is the statistical software package that we use. So again, this is Math 5500, and I'll be your professor. My office is 112 Administration Office, so if you're on campus, come by and see me. Office hours, I put as needed. There's a chance that, we can actually handle this a couple of different ways. We could actually schedule formal office hours using Google Hangout. There are some other options actually that I'm looking into. But I think for now I'm going to do the same as Dr. Whitaker and just give you my cell phone and pretty much give you open access to give me a call if you need to talk about something. So also in the syllabus you have my email, Twitter. If you want to follow me on that, that's fine. This is certainly not required. I'm not that exciting. And believe it or not, I have a Facebook account, so you might add me there. It's kind of strange to think, but last summer we had a lot of statistics conversations on Facebook. Second thing on the syllabus is catalog description, and this just tells you what I hope to teach you. The part that I want to point out is that this course, unlike Dr. Whitaker's analysis course, is 2 weeks lecture and one part laboratory and 2 parts lecture. Now, the laboratory part could be physically in a laboratory in our computer lab when you come to on-campus sessions, or it could be using R through videos that I post online. So in a non-traditionally presented class as this one is, the laboratory component comes in different shapes, forms, and sizes. Guys, there's no text required. The 3 texts, I'll be glad to give you the name if you'd like. They're very expensive, and that's the reason I'm not requiring them. The text that I use the most is called DeGroot, D-E-G-R-O-O-T, and it's more of a graduate level text that deals with introduction to inference, and I use the regression part out of that. There's a couple of other texts that I use as references. I'm not even going to give you the name of them because I don't use them enough really to justify even looking them up. So, but one of the texts I use is the textbook that they use at Ohio State University. Software is important to any statistics class at the undergraduate or graduate level. Not only do I want to introduce the theory to you, I want you to see how the statistical technique that we learned can be developed through using a software package. The one I use for this class is called R, and it's a free software environment, as the syllabus says there, and it's compatible for Windows or Mac. Now what I want to do is I want to go ahead and go completely through the syllabus, and then what I'm going to do is show you how to install R on your computer, because guys, you're going to need it. There's going to be a lot of assignments. I should say a large part of each assignment is going to be theory, and there's going to be a large part of each assignment that's going to be using R to analyze data. And again, it goes back kind of to the 2-1 ratio of theory versus laboratory. Disability statement usually doesn't apply at the graduate level, but it obviously could. Nevertheless, if there's any accommodation that you're entitled to, I will do everything in my power to make sure that that accommodation is provided to you. So what you need to do is give me a list of the accommodations, and again, I'll do everything I can to make sure those are provided. The grading criteria is quite a bit different than undergraduate. And if you look at the grading scale, an A runs from 75% to 100%, a B goes from 50% to 74%, and guys below 49% is a C or possibly an F. but typically C's are equivalent to F's in graduate school because you know we need B's or higher in your courses to maintain satisfactory progress. It might seem a little weird that you know, you can get 3/4 of the material correct and still get an A. I told this story at orientation. I was taking a modern algebra course, I believe. It may have been an analysis. Now I'm kind of second guessing myself, but keep in mind that was almost 20 years ago. But I got a 28% on my first exam. Well, as someone who, an undergraduate, was used to getting mostly 90s and above, I was absolutely just flipping out. But it turned out it was the second highest score in the class, and I ended up with an A. So grading's just a little different. Actually, grading's a lot different at the graduate level. Expectations are higher, and you guys are here for a reason because you've met the criteria. Attendance policy at the graduate level, I think it's very simple. Come to class. If we have on-campus sessions, you're expected to be here. But if you can't be here, this is something you need to talk to your professor about. For example, if you're not able to attend regression, you need to talk to me, and we need to try to come up with a way for you to make up the material. If you can't attend Dr. Desario or Dr. Whitaker's class, then you need to talk to them. Okay? And guys, cell phones, I know most of you are teachers, and there's a lot of things that annoy us. And it's one of the things that annoys me the most is when I'm at the front of the class trying to teach my tail end off, and I look back and students aren't getting anything I'm saying because they're on their cell phones. So guys, just let's leave the cell phones somewhere else, okay? Schedule. Now, what you'll see is I've listed the parts from June 9th to June 16th, the 5 days that we have on-campus sessions. So I've broken the presentation of the class and the presentation of videos and assignments and so on and so forth according to our on-campus sessions. So in 3 weeks, which will be June 9th, but I'm actually, I think, posting this on a Monday, or at least I'm preparing it on a Monday. On June 9th, which is 3 weeks from today, so you're going to have 12 videos. That actually works out to 4 videos per week. The reason is there's a little bit more videos the first part. My goal is typically to put up 3 videos, but there's going to be 4 videos per week just because the material is just much easier in the beginning. Plus, one of the videos is just this one, which doesn't include any mathematics. So by June 9th, I expect you to have watched videos 1 through 12, and I expect you to turn in, submit assignment number 1. And probably once we come to campus on June 9th, we'll probably go to the computer lab, and I'll show you some really cool stuff that we can do with R. Part 2, that's where we start to get quite a bit more mathematical. So there's going to be 4 videos that week, 13, 14, and 15. Actually, 3 videos, my bad. And assignment number 2 will be due. Part 3, you can notice that there's more videos because there's 2 weeks between the second on-campus visit and the third. And guys, on June 30th, you'll have your first exam. So that'll give you an indication of how you're doing in the class. And so on and so forth. Part 4 and Part 5, you can see what's in store for you there. So you're probably going to have about 35 videos. I'll do my best to keep the videos around 50 minutes. I told you in orientation that's something I really struggle with. Okay. Yeah, let's talk about the videos. You'll notice I have no idea what Dr. Desario is going to do, but I use screencasting, and I like to prepare and present my videos from home. It seems like every time I'm in my office presenting a video, I get distracted, or a student comes in, a faculty member comes in. It just seems safer for me to put videos up at home in terms of limiting the distractions. However, let me go ahead and tell you, there will be distractions. Number one, my dog barks at everything. If a leaf falls, my dog barks. If a dog barks, my dog barks. If a car goes by, my dog barks. Sometimes my dog just barks for no reason whatsoever, or at least no reason that I can figure out. So there's going to be times you're going to hear a dog barking in the background. Another thing to think about, I have neighbors who seem to come by and want to talk right when I'm in the middle of putting up a video. Third thing, my daughters are currently still in school, but they'll be out of school here in a couple of weeks. And, even though I tell them, Daddy's putting up a video, it seems to be the time that they like to mess with me the most. They tell me that I'm too boring and too serious when I'm putting up videos, which I don't think is true, but so they kind of like to lighten the mood a little bit. The final distraction is the UPS man and the Fed Express. My wife loves to shop, and it seems like we know these guys on a first-name basis because it seems like they're here just about every day. So it's going to happen. It may not happen in this video, but I promise you somewhere between now and the 35th video, the dog is going to go insane. The dog is going to bark like crazy. My daughters are going to mess with me. A neighbor is going to come by and want to borrow some peanut butter, or I'm going to have the FedEx and UPS guy beating down my door so they can deliver a package to my shopping addicted wife. Wow, she would kill me if she knew I said that. Okay, so don't share this video with my wife, please. All right, gang, let's talk about R. What I want you to do is, I had this up a while ago. When I'm doing that, there's a sinkhole that just opened up at, I think it was Austin Peay University. So, wow, the things that you learn on Twitter. All right, so guys, what I want you to do, I use Google Chrome, and what I want you to do is go to R and literally just type in R. I was trying to get R installed on the computers at school, I don't know, 6 or 8 months ago. And my secretary called me up, and she's like, "Now, Doug, how do you spell that?" And I'm like, "Well, just R." So guys, first thing that's going to pop up will be the R project, exactly what you need. So if you click this, it's going to take you to this site. Now, what I want you to do is go to this part right here where it says download R. So click that. And the CRAN, which is the Comprehensive R Archive Network that we use. And this kind of drives the language, has associated data sets. It's just the language I'm going to use. Is the one under CRAN Stat UCLA. So you can see where I'm going here, go to CRAN and click that. Now the next thing you'll do is you'll choose your platform, the package that you need, and I'm using a Mac, so I would click this one. And then we go to the files, and what you would want to do there is download the last file. Now you want to check your operating system and make sure it's compatible with whatever operating system you have. And so choose the file that you have here. So guys, once you download that, it's a slick download. Works really nicely. And once you do that, you're going to have R. And I put the R icon right here down in what I call my desktop tray. Okay, so we click R. R pops open, and we're ready to go. Now, one of the very first things we need to do in R, and you'll have to do this every single time, is set your working directory. So what we're going to do, there'll be a lot of times that I will send you files that may be from SPSS, they may be Excel format, it could be a lot of different formats. And in the first, actually it'll be your second video, the video that comes after this one, I'll show you how to handle all that. But the first thing you need to do is get your working directory, and you do that by just going get WD. And what that's going to do, that's going to tell you where R is programmed to go look for files. Well, this is in my ddarbro file, but I want to be able, when I have files, I want to put those on the desktop. So I need to set my working directory as users ddarbro. Desktop. Now when I hit enter, nothing's happened. That's good. When you hit enter and nothing happens, that's good. When you hit enter and you see a red error, then that means you've made a mistake. Now what happens is when I have a file that's that I put on my desktop, then it's just automatically going to look at to the desktop to find the file. Now there's other ways to enter data. For example, there's this method. Let's say I just have some simple numbers. Let's just enter 5 numbers here: 1, 5, 6, 3, and 14. And I save the numbers as data. Okay. So I click enter. All is good. Now let's make a mistake. The hardest thing I can get my undergraduate students to realize, because their life kind of deals with texting and very informal conversation, is that this data and this data are different. You got to remember, you're communicating with a machine. So when I type data there, it's going to say, "What are you talking about, man? I have no idea. You haven't named anything data with a capital D." However, if I type data, you'll see that it'll give me my data. Okay. Now another thing, let's find the average. So we go average for the data. Can't find it. Well, that's not the right prompt to find average. If I do mean, again, it's not going to work. Okay, it's got to be perfect. To find the mean of our data, to find the average, we use lowercase data. To find the standard deviation, the prompt is SD. And something kind of cool, we can do summary for our data, and it'll give us the 5-number summary plus the mean. Okay, well guys, that's all I got. You're going to learn a lot more about R as we go along, but this video, I just wanted to kind of do introductions, cover the syllabus, and just kind of get you going on R. So guys, have a good one.